Welcome to Epic Geek Out, the only show on the internet that decided to light the black flame candle. I'm your host, Rob.
And I'm your host, Chad, and today we're diving into some Halloween creepiness with Paranormal Activity 4.
Hocus Pocus reference in the beginning of the show if you didn't pick up on that. Like always, you could check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/epicgeekout, and like us on Facebook, and check out the website, www.epicgeekout.com.
You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, then you'll get all the new episodes when they come out, every Tuesday and Thursday. And you can also follow us over at Twitter, at Epic Geek Out.
But let's get into our reaction of Paranormal Activity 4. So, Paranormal Activity 4. The first two kind of is like the third movie because Paranormal Activity 3 was actually a prequel to what the crazy crap that went on in the beginning. Basically, it follows this new family that we are introduced to, parents, a son, a daughter, and then starts out kind of at the soccer match, and there's kind of this kid just standing outside on the edge. He's in the frame. They're just filming stuff. He leaves, he gets introduced to the story, and it kind of takes off where the third movie left off. If you're not familiar with the franchise, these are found footage horror movies. Starts out kind of very slow, sets up the plot a little bit, kind of sets up plot devices in the fact that in each of the movie it's had a new kind of creative way where they've had still cameras. In the third, being a prequel, they had the cameras actually oscillating on fans. Just interesting ways that they are actually filming the movie. And, the movie's really based with these just still shots. It kind of turns into like a Where's Waldo game of where's the creepy crap that's happening. You might not notice it right away. It might just be for a second, or it might be, someone's feet getting dragged off the screen. So, yeah. So, again, it's the fourth in this franchise. Might have been new stuff, might have been, a little bit of the same. So, Chad, what did you think of it?
It's good. I have a hard time with these movies because they're not like the best movies ever made, but each time I'm pleasantly surprised by new, exciting ideas, plot twists that I didn't see coming until like they just happened, and you're like, oh crap, that happened. It's just funny because it's the same formula every time, but somehow, I enjoy them every time. I kind of wish that I could watch this on fast forward because it's like, okay, I know for about 45 minutes of the film it's going to be all set up and you're going to see something little happen, and then the next day, and then they talk about it. Then something little happen the next night, and then
or if you could read the clip notes of just like, hey, here's these people, here's their story.
Here's the creepy shit that happens.
Care about them a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's the creepy shit that's happened. Here's how they're going to film it this time. And because really what I love about these movies is the mythology they created behind it. I mean, I think that really is what kept them going to this point, because
or the fact that they can make them for $5 million and they gross all
it is
this
one of the
money.
best profit margins.
That's what's kept them going.
Yeah, it is a crazy profit margins, but they develop the backstory, and each time you get a little bit more information, and it kind of opens the world a little bit further, and that's pretty cool. I mean, it's a different type of tale than we're used to. Especially for horror, so I kind of enjoy the fact that it's kind of new and you find out a little bit more each time. It's like a piece-by-piece puzzle, kind of.
It's still questions that need to be answered.
Exactly, especially I think a lot of questions from this movie that, more than the others, I think it opened up a lot of cans of worms, so to speak. But really inventive ways of shooting. They used the Kinect in a cool way. They used laptop webcams in a really, really cool way. And I thought iPhones, really cool stuff that and it's like, oh, I can't believe they didn't think of that the last movie, or the last one. Well, obviously not the last one because it was a prequel, but yeah, cool. So I don't know what they're gonna do next, but I'm excited because they're making another one, obviously. I thought all the kids were very good in it. The two little boys were creepy. The only thing that was kind of weird was they both looked very similar, and at nighttime I couldn't really tell sometimes which kid was there, which kid was up and moving, but. They both acted really well, I thought, for their age, and the one kid was creepy as hell. The teenage girl and her boyfriend were very good. They seemed very real and, good. I mean, it was good. The parents were probably the weakest part as far as characters and acting went. But I think they were just there to serve that, the annoying parents that don't believe what's going on, which is frustrating for the audience. I think we made a couple comments, but
he even went a knife.
From the ceiling, but shit happens. That's a horror movie trope. So
it is.
I mean, overall, I say I wasn't expecting a lot, but it kind of met those expectations because I kind of know at this point that there's gonna be things I enjoy, but it is gonna be more of the same. So I think if you go into it thinking, I'm going to see another Paranormal Activity movie, it's going to be the same as the others with the formula, but I'm going to get some new information about the storyline and some cool creative camera techniques. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, if you're a fan of the 3 prior films, you've seen them, I think this is kind of a must-see because it does do some creative things in the beginning. I mean, to reiterate, I also agree. I think the acting was good. The people who designed the sets for these movies, I think, deserve an Oscar, just because it feels like a real house. I don't feel like any other movie has felt more like a real house, and I think it lends to the fact that these are found footage, so it has kind of a more you're watching a home movie feel than normal, anyways. But these houses just feel lived in. They feel real, and the kids really felt real. Their interaction seemed very truthful. I thought the really little kid in the beginning, Walter, or I forget his name. Wyatt was really good and really believable as a
in the
kid
very
that
beginning.
age. Yeah, just
the soccer game.
Yeah, it seemed so great. So I think they definitely set up the world incredibly well. If you didn't see the first 2 movies at least,
you definitely need to see the first 2.
You need to have that to know who this lady is, to know the story, to know that little 4 minutes opening in the beginning of what happened before. You really need to see the other movies. But if you're invested in them, I think that this only really opens the door to bigger things, to crazier things to happen. Again, I didn't know how that they were going to do a creative way to film, to say this was being filmed again. There was there was the security system before.
Right.
There was just a tripod in the first movie kind of set up. But this was a very creative way to do it. They added this effect by using the Kinect. It was basically, and I don't even know if the Kinect works this way, but it showed the tracking dots for your movement. But
only in UV, so you wouldn't
only in
see
night
it,
vision.
But
And night vision is creepy. I mean, it's just creepy to start out with. And then when you see more of forms in this movie than in the other ones.
Right.
And I just thought that brought a new level. Now, there weren't as many jumps or, people getting tossed around in this.
Except for the cats, apparently, with the women we were seeing the movie.
Yeah, cats were very, very frightening to some people in this movie. But there weren't as many jumps. I felt that this movie felt long, but it was only an hour and a half.
It did feel long.
So
I agree.
I think that's kind of saying something. I mean, I'm happy that this wasn't.
I think that's kind of what I was
an hour and 45
saying. Like
movie.
the fact that I wish I could just kind of skip that stuff that I know that you're trying to establish. There's
or throw
one
some more
chair
people on the walls, which they've done in the other
end
movies.
part
Because
chunk up a little bit.
I was tense throughout this whole movie. I really wasn't excited to go see it. But sitting there in the theater, I didn't have the same thrill or frights that I did at the first movie because, I mean, a door just moving in the first movie, you were like, oh, man.
And then this one, it's
now you've seen it,
and
but still, I think it did a great job of building tension. And it's a type of filmmaking, and it's one that I appreciate, the still camera, just to see, you just have that room. And they do a great job of setting it up where the camera's in the back. You have the steps here. You have the kitchen over there. You have the couches in the forefront. So, they set up where they can move camera to camera. But when it's just, I think it's masterful when it's just still and there's nothing to take away from the fact that, you're just seeing someone walk slowly, but it still gets you, kind of right here because it's just frightening. And, and I think it did it well. And, it's hard to reinvent something anytime when you're the 4th movie in a franchise. It
exactly,
just is.
Yeah. Especially one that has seen such success, especially being a cheap movie to make and making a lot of money. They don't really want to change it, and would you want it to be changed? Because you're going to see it for this.
Exactly. So, I think if you're going in expecting that, you want those thrills and those, chills. I think it's
If you're looking for a creepy movie, I think
it's a good movie. They did everything that this movie should have done.
Right. I mean, it's that thing.
And it was funny. I thought it had really funny moments in it. So really real human interaction and funny moments.
It's doing that thing with Saul did a couple of years ago where that's the thing to see in Halloween. So, I mean, people are going to be talking about it. It also plays on one of my biggest fears, and that's hordes of women. So, I mean,
yes,
so it is creepy.
That's at the end, so you'll see that.
Yes. But, yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. I mean, it's what I expected and enjoyable.
Yeah, I'd say definitely go check it out. So today, to start out, we're going to give a combined thanks. Chad, you want to take it away from there?
Well, we both signed up for a new program that has arrived to our excitement. It's called...
Literally built for us,
yes,
I think.
It's called Movie Pass, and it is basically a monthly subscription fee that you pay.
A la Netflixy.
Yeah, yeah.
But
then you get to see unlimited movies in theaters with some caveats. You only get to see one movie per day. And only see a movie once. So, like, we couldn't see Paranormal Activity again.
But these are the only caveats that we have seen so far.
I used mine. Rob didn't get his yet, unfortunately. He should be getting it probably tomorrow.
Here.
But I got mine. We used it for Paranormal Activity. And it's awesome. You just go to the theater, you check in on your smartphone that you're there, and then you get a little credit card looking thing.
No, a credit card.
Well, it's basically, it's a Discover card.
Yeah.
And it activates that for your movie for the next 30 minutes, so you just swipe it and pay for
kiosk,
it.
You can go in, and it honestly,
awesome. It's going to help us.
Incredible. So definitely check them out. We're going to add a link down at the bottom.
Yeah, it's going to be epicgeekout.com/moviepass. If you want an invite, it is invite only at this point.
It's still in the beta testing.
But just go to that link and you'll be able to get in.
Yeah, definitely check it out if you are a movie fan like we are.
Oh, the price we're paying $25 a month, but I think it does vary by location, your zip code. So you got to put in your zip code. But the weird thing is, it actually works at all the theaters nationwide. So
yeah, it's amazing. I think they said it works at any theater that takes a credit card.
Yeah, awesome.
Amazing. So definitely check that out. But Chad, what's your normal thanks for the day?
I'm going to thank some news that came out today. It was an Apple event, as you know. I love Apple events. Yes, there was the iPad mini. Yes, there was the new Retina MacBook. But I think the coolest thing that I was most surprised about, because a lot of this stuff now you hear about ahead of time. Like, I knew an iPad mini was coming out today. But they just redesigned the iMac, and it's awesome looking. It's super thin. I have an iMac, a pretty older one, and it looks so cool, and I want it so bad. I want it more than any of the other things, and that's surprising because I was like, I want a 13-inch Retina MacBook. I knew that before. When the 15-inch one came out, I'm not going to buy it, guys, but I'm excited. It looks really cool. Go to apple.com. You'll get to check out all the... I will not. It's too expensive. You can check out all the Apple stuff that came out today. A lot of cool announcements. 100 million iPads have been sold. Crazy. It's crazy. So that's it. That's my thanks.
So my thanks for the day. I just got back from a work trip from Walt Disney World, and I would like to give my thanks to two specific rides that I got to go on. They updated Star Tours, and this is the first time I've been on it since the update. It is great. I believe that there's multiple scenarios that you can ride through. The one I did, it took you to Hoth. It was awesome. It was really just great. It was a great, because Star Wars is still very prevalent in our culture today. That ride needed an update. Last time I was on it, it didn't have the update. I got sick as well, and it was claustrophobic. There was no air, and it was just a great addition, and it kept the nostalgic feel by making it better, and so I absolutely love that. And the other thanks is another ride that they added, Toy Story Midway Mania. It is a shooter ride, so you're in a car with another person to your left or right, whatever, and it keeps score throughout the ride. I think you hit 5 different, classic old carnival games. So it goes from, a ring toss to dart throw to, you break the glass or you shoot the ducks down, things like that. And
you love the competitive stuff. So.
And it is competitive, and it's awesome like that, but you're wearing 3D glasses, and unlike the other ones, like the Buzz Lightyear or the Men in Black, where you're shooting the things, it's a screen. So you're interacting with the screen, so things are popping up. It was very accurate from what I could tell, and just really awesome. Then at the end, it's like an 8-person game, so you're playing in your car, so it tells you who, out of all 8 of you who won in your car. I had the highest score for the past hour, so I thought that was funny. And then it's like the highest score for the past month, and it just, cool. it did everything so well, and it was just really impressive. I mean, you didn't move much in the game; you just moved from the different screens, but the play in it was just awesome, and it was just really cool. So if you're down in Orlando, check out Disney Hollywood Studios, MGM always to me, but and check out those two rides because they were awesome.
Cool, so that's it for this week of Epic Geek Out episodes. We'll be back next week with brand new episodes for you. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.